And welcome back to Route Double. When we last left off, we are probably setting ourselves up for a bad ending. Because, well, a lot of our choices have kind of given Watase a bit of a questionable attitude. Like, I felt the need to do something because you're a woman. I'm gonna take the AD instead of... Say I'm gonna take the half AD instead of you, Kazumi. Although that, to be fair, the second one was because the way we arranged our census choices, being that Kazumi valued himself. Watase valued himself less than he valued Kazumi. So he sort of forced that on her, but that's still, weirdly enough, that kept his attitude kind of consistent with what we've seen thus far, with the whole backdraft and instill choices. And I was slightly mistaken about the sequence of events here. So apparently, we saw one later with Jun. The whole senior and junior fun, the scene. When we just had that one yellow census choice with Jun. And that, apparently those where you just get them with one person. Just trigger, like, special side fun character scenes, so to speak. They're not entirely plot relevant, or there might be, I don't know. There's the people who are generously supplementing me with information in the comments section of my previous videos. Kind of vague with that. So we shall see. But yeah, it's the first time we hit a choice here with Kazumi, it set us onto this path, and the second one was the death choice, where we went through with it, went through with it, didn't go back on it, and then we got burned to death very gruesomely. I'm still expecting this path to inevitably doom us. Wait. Hold on. Wait, what? Did I not save? Oh, I did. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, this is actually where I left off. Keeping that other save, though, because that was the census choice that felt quite important.
もっと冷静なタイプかと思ってたが、そういう一面もあるんだな。
Oh, absolutely.
びっくりしたでしょ。うちの隊長は身体能力がとにかく高くてね。
I mean, I didn't really clear the jump like I thought I would, but...
記憶があれしてても、自分の力は体が覚えてたんだね。さすが隊長。
The gloom that had covered Jun's face just minutes ago had receded greatly. Watase breathed a mental sigh of relief and then turned to his thoughts. Was it that face that gave me the confidence to think I could pull that off? Then it appeared it was his courage and willpower that determined whether or not he could act. But unlike everyone else, Kazumi's reaction was cold. Unsurprising.
じゃありません、森部。隊長も何を嬉しそうにしてるんですか。
That was incredibly stupid.
災害の現状は身体能力を披露する場じゃありませんよ。安全策を取れるならそちらを必ず選ぶべきです。先ほどあんなことがあったというのに。
Though Kazumi's tone of voice was composed, there was a fiery anger behind her words, entirely justified.
すまない。また焦っちまった。
Kazumi said nothing and glared at Watase. The rest of the group watched the proceedings from a distance. If looks could kill. Finally, Kazumi broke the silence with a sigh.
わかれば良いのです。
Won't do it again. Until the next time I do it.
とはいえ、せっかく隊長が稼いでくれた時間、浪費するのは惜しいです。
Oops, sorry. Kasumi looked away from Watase in a huff and started walking off.
せっかく頑張ったのにまた怒られちゃったね。
I mean, it was kind of
まあ
deserved.
仕
But
方ないさ。立花の言うことももっともだ。
do as I say, not as I do, Jun. No matter how much strength and courage he had, unless he could make sound decisions, he was merely putting his own life in danger. That's probably what Kasumi was trying to say. Well, it may have gotten me another lecture, but I'm glad that Tachibana and Moribe look like they're feeling better now. Watase and the others followed Kasumi as that thought passed through his head. Ah, the group entered Area 4's inner ring on floor B1. They found there was essentially the spitting image of Area 3. Juden checked her Procyon.
汚染レベル2164ミリシーベルトか。やっぱり徐々に上がってるね。
So it's getting worse.
だったら急がなきゃ。
Before Watase could say any more, a voice suddenly came out of his PDA. Oh.
無線
Kasumi quickly reacted to Watase's surprise.
先ほど隊長の無事を報告したので、私ではなくそちらに連絡してきたのでしょう。応答してください。
Oh shit. Watase frantically took his PDA out and replied.
こちら笠崎勘あり。
The radio waves were clearly in worse condition than they'd been in the earlier call. Commander started relaying orders with what little he could get through.
実はその人が死んで施設内で3名の死者を発見したんだ。
I mean, murder victims.
しかも他殺隊だ。その中には堂島隊員も。聞こえるか？堂島隊員と研究員2名の他殺隊を発見したんだ。
Yep.
死体には銃創があった。殺人者は外に逃げているかもしれない。施設から出てきた人間の中に銃を持っているやつがいないか調べてくれ。聞こえてるか？繰り返すぞ。施設から出てきた人間の中に銃を持っているやつがいないか調べてくれ。
Oh, good, got through. Seems he managed to get the abnormality of the situation through to the commander. Commander went for a change of plans, speaking without waiting for any responses. Label survivors. Amongst the survivors, protect... Yeah. Put priority on protecting the girl?
司令長、聞こえ。繰り返してくれ。
Girl named... Protect her.
少女を保護。有利のことだな。協力して要救助者を助けろってんだな。
Watase glanced at Kasumi and Jun, who both gave him deep nods.
わかった。任せろ。
I'll do my best, and by that I mean Kasumi will do her best, and I will do my best to not fuck up her good intentions. The transmission cut there. Watase put his PDA away and turned to the rest of the group.
みんな、聞いたか今の通信。
言うまでもないことです。早速、第4エリアの捜索を行いましょう。
ねえ、浮田さん、ここはどんなエリアなの？
ああ、ここは電子計算機棟と呼ばれているエリアだ。
The brain.
情報処理を主に扱っている部署で、ブレインセルというスーパーコンピューターがある。
Oh.
スーパーコンピューター？それはどこに？筐体そのものは外周棟にあるが、制御はこの内周棟から行う。こっちだ。 ついてきてくれ。
Alright, let's go learn some stuff from the brain. Group trailed behind Ukita as he led the way. He guided them to a nearby door that read System Control Room. As soon as he opened the door, the sight of giant screens built into the walls flooded his eyes. Vast amounts of what appeared to be data flickered on and off at dizzying speeds.
なんか作戦司令本部って感じだね。
これはどういう機械なの？
ああ、ブレインセルはこのラボで扱っている全情報を一括処理しているんだ。全情報っていうと、どこからどこまでのことを言うんだ？実験データの解析演算から電力、照明、空調、上下水道などのインフラシステムの処理まで全てだよ。ケース N 中でもしかりだ。こちらの数字を見てくれ。
Ukita pointed to some numbers on the edge of the screen. Time 1816 at the number 14581 Milliseville were sitting there side by side.
18時16分というのが核兵器が解放される予想時刻だ。あとざっと8時間か。
Oh, only 8 hours.
司令長の説明と大体一致するみたいだね。
うん。現在うちの技術者たちが地上からシステム復旧作業を行っているという話だが、そのデータを分析し、復旧作業が終わって核兵器が解放されるであろう時刻を算出しているんだ。
Fair.
予想時刻より早く核兵器が解放される可能性はあるの？
うん。難しいだろう。復旧に必要な処理の大半はブレインセルが自ら行っている。そのブレインセル自身が予想した時刻だ。人為的ミスなどで遅くなることはあっても早くなるとは思えん。そうか。じゃあこっちの14581ミリシーベルトっていう数字は？
That the baseline measurement that needs to be there before the lockdown can be lifted?
それは。
Ukita hesitated for a moment before he spoke.
N エリアの放射線量だ。
What am I saying? 14,000's way more than fucking 2,000. Of course that's the radiation level in area
N エ
N.
リアはここまで汚染が進んで。
Watase shuddered. Thought that nearly 15,000 Milliseville of radiation was floating around in area N, left him unable to even breathe. It was a land of death where even a single step would most likely cost one their life.
N エリアの線量計はどうやらまだ生きているみたいだね。むしろ知らない方が良かったかもしれないが。
I mean, if we assumed that area N would just be death no matter what, we really wouldn't be disappointed.
いや、知っておくに越したことはないだろう。N エリアのヤバさを認識しとくのは必要だ。
そうか。そこがこのラボの象の足だね。
象の足？
チェルノブイリ原発事故の時に最も放射線量が高かった場所だよ。最大線量が約8万ミリシーベルト。そこに近づいた人間はほんの数秒で死んだって言われている。それに比べれば今回のはまだマシだけど。
Still not great.
N エリアに入ったらただじゃ済まないってのは間違いないだろうな。
The difference between 15,000 Milliseville and 80,000 Milliseville didn't even mean a whole lot when it came to radiation. They were both still extremely lethal doses. Both Chernobyl and Labo were crazy worlds where abnormal levels of radiation flew around freely.
ともかくこんな最悪の状況下でもブレインセルが生きててくれたのは良かった。
Okay, how does it benefit us?
セキュリティゲートの開閉もここで行っている。これが壊れると捜索もままならないからな。
Okay, that's a benefit.
ゲートの開放も？ということは核兵器の開閉についてはここから。
Oh. Everyone's eyes widened when they heard Kazmi's proposal.
浮田さん、できそうか？わからんがかけてみる価値はありそうだ。
Ukita walked up to the control booth and spoke.
ここは僕に任せ、君らは捜索を続けてくれ。全員でここにいる意味はないからな。よし、それじゃあ俺たちはその間に第4エリアの捜索をしておこう。
ええ、 お願いするわよ、浮田さん。
The group left Okita behind and exited the system control room. Hacking time. As soon as they left, Kasumi addressed the others.
ではまた二手に分かれましょう。
メンバー分けは？
まずユーリさんは私と一緒に行動しましょう。責任を持ってお預かりします。
Uh-oh.
とはいえほとんど何もしなくていいですからね。安全確実な状況でのみ捜索を手伝ってくだされば結構です。
You know what? That's fair. You can trust her. Yuri obediently nodded her head.
じゃあ残りは私のチームだね。
Oh boy. Chaos Trio.
確かにこれならバランスが良さそうね。では我々がここ地下1階を捜索するので、そちらのチームは地下2階をお願いします。
あ、早いとこ AD を見つけなきゃ。俺自身がやばいからな。
ええ、急ぎましょう。
With those words serving as a signal to all of them, the group then split up to begin their search. Watase, Jun, and Enna quickly went to the stairwell so they could get down to B2, but the emergency staircase had completely collapsed.
これじゃ降りられない。
レスキュー隊の私らはともかく、椿山さんがここを降りるのは危険だね。
YOLO!
外周塔にも非常階段があるはずだわ。そっちから降りましょう。
Everyone nodded at Enna's suggestion and left the room. Boom! Outer ring. Then they hurried over to the outer ring stairwell. Fortunately, the stairs were still intact.
よーし、こっちから降りられそうよ。
But, to be accurate, the stairs weren't totally in one piece. The ones that led to the surface had been destroyed, leaving only the B1 to B2 staircase intact.
しかしなんであちこち階段が壊れちまってるんだ。
今は気にしてもあんま意味ないよ。どの道あの階段を上がった先には隔壁があるんだから。地上に続く階段で無事なのは第2エリアのやつだけだね。
The group descended the staircase as they talked. However, Watase twitched as soon as he began walking down.
なんか熱くないか。
そういえば。
Hmm.
これ下燃えてるね。
June reached the final step as soon as she heard that. The other side of the door was floor B2. Could feel heat and hear some sort of bursting sound coming from it. Oh, this doesn't sound good. Watase checked the door with his PDA's IRT scanner to be safe, only to find that the fireproof door was bright red.
待て。俺が開ける。
Are you sure you want to do that? Watase said that and nervously opened the door. Oh, well, look at that. It's fire. A hot wind blew in his face the moment he opened it.
予想以上だな。
これは副隊長を呼んでこなきゃ消化できそうにない。
At that moment, a strange sound rang out as though it were trying to cut off Jun.
何の音だ？
プロキオンの警告音だよ。
Oh boy! Watase dumbfoundedly took his Procyon out. Reading was at 4,331 millisivil, past the first danger standard.
なんで急に数値が？ここは汚染が激しいのか？
まずいよ。今の隊長にはこの線量は危険だ。
ええ、それにこの火だって。
We need to bail. Anna looked out into the fire at that moment. When she did, her eyes suddenly widened. What?
どうした？
Watase followed Anna's somewhat astonished gaze. What he found was... Oh! A girl standing on the other side of the flames. Hi,
三宮さん。
Sanomiya. Watase recognized that name. Yui Sanomiya. That was the name of one of Anna's students who'd possibly been trapped in Labo. If she doesn't move, the flames are gonna eat her alive.
君、大丈夫か？
Luis didn't answer his calls. She just gave him a sharp look that almost looked like a glare. What?
落ち着け。そんなに警戒しなくていい。俺たちは君を助けに来たんだ。
She doesn't look afraid. Looks
それよ
pissed
りこ
off.
こは汚染が激しいんだ。 AD を被爆防止剤を打たなければ。
Huh. He said that. We elected to save the game. The girl turned around and ran off. Oh boy. This feels like a case of do we go after her or not.
Huh?
なんで逃げるの？
わからんが、とにかく追うぞ。
Oh boy.
了解。
Oh boy, this is bad.
私も。椿山さんはダメ。私らだけで行く。
When Jun said that, she and Watase went dashing off at the same time. This is a stupid idea. Oh boy. Who was nimbly weaving her way through the gaps between the flames as she ran.
レイズちゃん、どうして逃げるのさ。私だよ、ジュンだよ。
Despite Jun's shouts, the girl didn't stop running. The entrance to the inner ring connecting passageway came into view. The girl took a card out, then slid it into the slot. She then ran through the now open gate and disappeared behind it. She has a card? Where'd she ever find one? The gate soon started to close.
待て待て待て。
Watase and Jun made a mad dash through the gate. There are no signs of a fire in the connecting passageway. They couldn't see the girl anymore. She'd probably run off to the inner ring.
おお、火がこっちに回らないうちに。
Just as Jun was saying this, Prokion's alarm grew even louder. Jun looked at the Prokion in surprise. It read,
9307ミリシーベルト。
9,000?
おいおい、勘弁してくれよ。
Okay, time to go back. Number was past the second danger standard. Cosme's explanation then suddenly echoed in Watase's head. Our lives are at great risk there, even with AD. I don't even have a full dose of AD in me right now. In fact, the alarm had gone off as soon as they'd gone through the connecting passageway meant. The areas of the inner ring are probably contaminated. Okay, God. Oh, God. I'm gonna do the smart thing now. He didn't have time to hesitate. The girl was being constantly bathed in high-level radiation while they were standing around.
行こう、隊長。あの子を放っておけない。
She spoke in a clear voice as though she was trying to cheer herself up. Watase, afraid of radiation exposure, hesitated.
怖いのは私も同じだって。でも行かなきゃ。
しかし、
隊長のヘタレ。分かったよ。私一人でも行く。
Those words finally snapped Watase out of it.
いや、俺も行く。
Oh, okay, alright. Watase broke off into a run, doing his best to catch up to Jun. They exited the connecting passageway and entered the inner ring.
隊長はそっちよ。
Jun then proceeded to run off towards the right.
おう。
Watase took off in the other direction, looking for the girl. The alarm was getting louder and louder. Watase suddenly felt a headache with the repeated echo of that sound. No, it's not because of the alarm. These are the effects of the radiation. Just then he felt a scorching sensation around his arms. Did I get burned? He rolled up his sleeves to check, but he found no burns anywhere. And I think about it, Tachibana did say that the effects of radiation were prone to manifesting into the skin. He did his best to ignore it and continue searching for the girl. Just then, there she is. He saw the girl approaching the Area 5 connecting passageway. If she went through that gate, he wouldn't be able to keep chasing her.
待て、頼む、待ってくれ。
Watase desperately called out to her, but the girl just kept on running. However, there was something off about the way she did so. Watase looked closer and noticed that there was a bandage wrapped around her upper arm. She got hurt? That only proved that he had to bring her under his protection as soon as possible. Watase ignored his headache and tried to chase after her when...
よせその子を追うな
Oh! A voice echoed in his head. Finally!
彼女を追うんじゃない
Finally, I agree! The same voice he'd heard in his head when he tried to save Yuri. Now it was trying to stop him from rescuing that girl.
うるせえ黙れ
Watase shook off that voice and chased after the girl. A second later, the pain in his head suddenly magnified. Oh, time to die. Watase instinctively leaned against the wall. What's happening? A light shone in front of his eyes at the same time his vision was rapidly devoured into darkness. With that, his consciousness faded. What? Okay, what's happening now? His consciousness was in eternal darkness. Without the ability to rely on his 5 seconds... 5 seconds? 5 senses, he had no clue where he was. His hazy mind just barely managed to construct that thought. He then... He had the sound of someone breathing nearby.
重いわね隊長さんってば
What? When he opened his eyes, he saw half of someone's face. It seemed someone was walking while carrying him on their shoulder. Captain Kasasagi? Who's that? What? No sooner had he thought this than did everything come back to him. That's right, I fell unconscious. Watase's 5 senses swiftly recovered with that thought.
先生
Oh,
気がついたのね大丈夫隊長さん
ここはなんで先生が
last thing Watase remembered was chasing that girl. You know what? Sure. He tried to recall what happened after that, but all he found was a total blank.
内周島で倒れていたあなたを森部さんが非常階段のところまで運んできたの今森部さんは立花さんと一緒に地下2階の火災を消火してるわ私はあなたを制御室まで連れて行くよう頼まれたのよ
そうだったのかすまない迷惑かけて
そうよ重いあなたを抱えて階段登るの大変だったんだから
Time for another scolding. Boy, Kazumi is gonna kill the shit out of us. Watase gave Enna a wry smile, then suddenly remembered something.
ところであの子
三宮さんは森部さんの話だと逃げられてしまったらしいわね内周島の汚染区域のどこにも三宮さんの姿はなかったとのことよ
他のエリアに逃げたのか
Watase had no clue where she disappeared to. Felt like he'd seen her running off somewhere just before he collapsed. But he'd been hit with a particularly painful headache right after that, causing his memories around that point to be extremely vague at best. But he knew for a fact that she'd run away.
どうして彼女は逃げたんだろ
わからないわね心当たりは
うない
Thinking back on it, Yuri had clearly been scared back when he'd first met her. Perhaps Watase's face looked especially frightening to them in an environment like this. Ooh. I'm not going to change this. Maybe this is the, Maybe that first one's inconsequential, and this one's a character scene. No, or maybe... The girl had also found those bodies. Anyone would be shaken after seeing something like that. In the end, Watase was no closer to figuring out the truth. Watase sighed and looked to Enna. Oh, yep, character scene.
先生 ごめんな。あんたの生徒を救助できなかったよ。
Anna gasped, then smiled.
いいのよ。身を挺してここまでやってくれたんだし。それに三宮さんが地下にいるって確証が取れただけでも一歩前進よ。
しかし彼女は汚染区域に逃げ込んだ。被爆している可能性がある。
待って、それについても希望があるかもしれないわ。
Hope? Anna said that and took something out. It was an empty AD ampule.
それは
階段のあたりに落ちてたの。
え？
これを使ったのが三宮さんだとしたら、彼女の安全はある程度保証されているわ。
汚染区域に居続けなければ大丈夫か。
But he couldn't be optimistic. It was very unlikely that she had a Procyon. Anna continued talking.
大丈夫よ隊長さん。実はあの子はね、あらゆることに秀でた天才児なの。
Oh?
天才児？
そうよ。彼女ならきっと生き残る手段を自ら模索できるはずだわ。
そうか。それは確かに希望だな。
Even if it was only a faint hope, Watase felt he should believe in it. He then continued speaking in order to assuage Anna's concerns even further.
それにしても先生、あんたは立派な人だな。
どうしたの急に。おだてたって何も出ないわよ。
いや、本心さ。さっき下の階であの生徒を見たとき、私も行くわって言ってただろ。
Straight into danger.
あんな炎の中に生徒のために飛び込もうとする教師、立派じゃないか。
あんなの三宮さんの顔を見た瞬間、とっさに助けなきゃって思っただけよ。実際助けに行っていたら私も倒れてたかもしれないし。立派なんてことないわ。後先考えていないだけ。
そうか。でもその点は俺と同じだな。
Yeah. Empty brain glove. Anna stared at Watase with an inquisitive glance. He responded by talking about his own experience.
ユーリに初めて会った時、彼女は火に巻かれかけていたんだ。それを見た時、俺もとっさに助けなきゃって思って火の中に
飛び込んだの？
いや、直前でモリベに止められた。
あら、閉まらないわね。
Yeah.
そうだな。ちょっと間抜けだった。
That's why Moribe is so fucking pissed.
もしかするとユーリはあの時の俺の姿を見て頼りないと思ってるのかもな。
Maybe.
嫌われているというより信頼されてないというか、おまけに記憶喪失だしな。
Anna gave Watase a wry smile.
あんまり気にしすぎない方がいいわよ。あの年頃の女の子は大人の男性ってだけで怖がる子もいるんだから。
ならいいんだが、いや、よくはないか。
ま、シャキッとしてなさいよ。あなたは記憶なくすは倒れるわ。確かにちょっと頼りないけど、一生懸命なのは認めるから。
Oh, thanks, Teach.
そのうちゆりさんもみんなも認めてくれるはずだわ。
そうだな。ぐじぐじ言ってちゃそれこそ情けないよな。
Watase felt himself getting all pumped up again from Anna's stern encouragement. As me, I'm gonna fight this fire. I'm gonna suplex this fucking fire. An intrepid smile then appeared on Anna's face.
そう、その息よ。というところで隊長さん。私、いつまでこうしていればいいのかしら。
Oh, all the way.
すまん。
Watase quickly moved away from Anna as soon as he realized she was still carrying him on her shoulder.
まあでも、いろいろありがとう先生。元気が出たよ。
あの程度ならいつでもどうぞ。それじゃ、 制御室に急ぎましょうか。
あ、
Watase and Anna nodded at each other and broke off into a run. Oh, literal run. The time they made it to the door to the control room, Yuri was already there waiting for them.
何かあったんですか？
Back to Hazard?
隊長さんが汚染区域に入った直後倒れてしまったらしいの。
汚染区域に。
Yuri walked over to Watase with a look of shock adorning her face.
倒れたってどうして？
Oh, almost like I went into a contaminated zone with half the protection.
急に頭痛がして俺もよく覚えてないんだが
Maybe there was some crazy shit going
放
on.
射線障害の一種かもしれん。立花が言うには放射線は脳細胞を損傷させるらしいから。
そんな。
Yuri stared hard at Watase.
心配してくれてるのか？ そうか。
That's fair. Yuri's response was surprising, but also heartwarming. She'd been acting like she didn't want to go near Watase the whole time she'd been with them. He didn't know why that was, but the concern she'd shown him just now seemed to be proof that she was becoming a bit more comfortable around him. Somewhat. Because of all the times I've risked my life? Watase then gave Yuri a smile.
大丈夫だよ、ユリ。俺たちはこれが商売なんだから。民間人のそれも女の子に心配されてちゃ商売上がったりだ。
あら、一発の口を聞くようになってきたじゃない。記憶喪失の隊長さん。
まあ記憶はどうあれ、俺はレスキュー隊員らしいからな。それなりの格好はつけるさ。
Amnesia aside, I am still bona fide. As he said that, it suddenly hit Watase. The subordinates were currently fighting the fires down on floor B2. Here I go!
俺ちょっと立花たちを手伝ってくれよ。二人は制御室で待っててくれ。
That's the last thing they want you to do, probably.
大丈夫なの？さっき倒れたばかりなのよ、あなた。
This is absolutely the wrong thing to
もう
do.
復活したよ。湿地を挽回しなきゃな。
I'm sure Cosby's already fucking pissed off at you.
タフな人ね。
Watase started running off toward the emergency stairway. As he heard Anna say that, Watase ran down the emergency staircase. The sea of flames was still there. His Procion's alarm beeped a second later. Read 4,452 millisivil. It's a dangerous level of radiation to Watase, given that he'd only injected himself with a half dose of AD. His skin immediately felt uncomfortable, and his headache swiftly came back with a vengeance. Why did we go back? But I can't just be the only one not doing anything here. You see Cosme and June holding two hoses as they desperately suppressed the fire. The sound of the Procion's alarm beeping in the background. Watase gnashed his teeth and quickly ran over to them.
戻ってきた。
隊長、大丈夫なのですか？
Oh, okay. We've
心配ない。
pressing problems are pressing problems. Alright, let's try
で
this.
すが、顔色が。
気遣いは無用だ。それより俺に手伝えることは？
Watase checked the area to find nearly all of it engulfed in flames. The air full of heat waves and steam, every breath he took felt like it was setting his lungs on fire.
そりゃ放水手伝ってもらいたいけど。
この日はもはや人力では。
Uh-oh. That's bad. But figuring it was better than doing nothing, Watase started to look for a fire extinguisher when... Oh god! Some of the nearby flames surged upward fiercely. A tongue of flame which had been licking at the ceiling nimbly waved towards the floor. Oh shit.
まずい、ロールが起こってる。
Rolling over.
持ちません。全員撤退。
All hands retreat. Even Watase could tell whatever was happening was no laughing matter. That moment. God, not now. A headache strong enough to numb his whole body hit Watase, forcing him to lean against the wall.
隊長。
いけない。森部、手を貸して。
Oh boy. Kazumi and Jun threw aside their hoses as they carried Watase from both sides.
隊長、しっかりしてください。早くここから離れないと。
They did their best to essentially drag him over to the landing of the emergency staircase. Then Watase turned around and witnessed a strange phenomenon. What's that? The smoke surrounding the fire turned yellow. Jun and Kazumi gasped when they saw it. Uh-oh.
いけない。このままでは。
This is bad. It's coming. Though he didn't know what it was, Watase was sure of that. At that moment, all sound vanished from the world. It's like even time itself had stopped. 1 second before Watase was hit with the death he knew was coming for him, a memory replayed in his head.
いいからよこせ。
Ah. So this is the bad end that we got from this.
何をするんですか。
これ以上話し合っていても拉致が開かないからな。
Things would have probably turned out differently if Watase had taken a full AD back then. It was far too late to regret it. Yellow flames then turned into a sinister black. Then... red-hot gas that was swelling up through the block instantly incinerated the three of them into ashes. Okay. Bad ending number 3, the overeager martyr. Is all of Watase worrying too much about Kazumi and taking to have empty AD? Be able to avert this fate by setting Watase's senses higher than Kazumi's at an SSS input around 10:16 a.m. Simple enough. It's nice that they give us these little tips, too. Now this was... Yep, 2 endings cleared. Yep, so we definitely have to go back here. I just want to try one thing first. Just want to try and set her lower than me on this first branch. He said that. The girl turned around and ran off.
なんで逃げるの？
わからんが、とにかく追うぞ。
Oh,
了解。
oh, nope, that's still going to...
椿山さんはダメ。私らだけで行く。
As Jun said that she and Watase went dashing off at the same time. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much not going to change anything, but he didn't have time to hesitate. The girl was being constantly bathed in high-level radiation while they were standing around.
行こう、隊長。あの子を放っておけない。
He spoke in a clear voice as though she were trying to cheer herself up. Oh. Do we value ourselves too highly? Fair enough. Simple enough. Alright. Well, I suppose in this sense. Let's do this. Kazumi's angry shouts echoed through the hallway as if to ward off Jun's pleas.
これは命令です。つべこべ言ってる時間が惜しい。今この瞬間にも我々は被爆しているのです。私を心配するのなら直ちに AD を投与し捜索を続行してください。
Kazumi's face was brimming with determination. Watase and Jun saw that. They realized that there was no use in trying to persuade her.
森部、立花の言う通りにしよう。
Watase and Jun hurriedly injected themselves with AD. Kazumi also injected herself with a damaged AD, then turned to Ukita and the others and spoke.
お騒がせしました。これで AD の投与が済みましたね。
ああ。
そうね。
That path caught up with us real quick. We were most likely still taken aback from seeing the altercation between the rescue workers. Akita and the others were now quiet, like their fight mere minutes ago had never happened.
では大きなトラブルがありましたが今後のことを話しましょう。
I suppose we should try and... Obviously, there's also Lieutenant Tachibana's health to consider as well.
確かにな。
Ooh. It's not just for Tachibana, it's an issue we need to think about the next hour. Last time they take an AD was at 10:16 a.m. We had to find 6 or more AD by the time their effects wore off at 11:16 a.m. Though they just learned that their coworker had died, there was no time to grieve. It's probably why Kasumi was putting on such a brave face. Watase quietly walked over to her and whispered,
立花、お前本当に大丈夫なのか？
隊長、私への気遣いは無用です。それよりご自分の心配を。
分かった。先を急ごう。
ええ。
Watase and Kasumi said this, then broke off into a run down the connecting passageway. Now, time for 9001 volts. Things should change here. We're just gonna be a dum-dum. Have a talk. Got it. We'll find some AD and give it to you. Just wait. Just you wait.
お願いします。
Oh, smile. Appreciate that. Those words serving as a signal to all of them, the group then split up to begin their search. Alright, so we're gonna just... I figure not much is gonna change here. Oh? This isn't good, let's get out of here.
待って、この程度なら AD があれば問題ない数値のはずだよ。
Oh.
そうだったらこの火を消して。
Anna looked out into the fire at that moment. When she did, her eyes suddenly widened.
どうした？
Watase followed Anna's somewhat astonished gaze. What he found was... the girl standing on the other side of the flames.
三宮さん。
Watase recognized that name. Yui Sanomiya. That was the name of one of Anna's students who'd possibly been trapped in Labo. If she doesn't move, those flames are gonna eat her alive.
君、大丈夫か？
But Luis didn't answer his calls. She just gave him a sharp look that almost looked like a glare. You can
それより
probably...
ここは汚染が激しいんだ。AD を被爆防止剤を打たなければ。
Wonder if we zero this out and we just say, sorry, bye. I mean, I just want to try it once just to see what happens. As he said that, the girl turned around and ran off.
なんで逃げるの？
I just want to see what one monster choice results in.
まさか言葉が通じないのか？
Wait, does she not understand me?
そんなはずはないわ。彼女は日本語だってバッチリなのに。
Eh?
それよりやばいよ。追わなきゃ。
行くぞ。
Oh, nope, we're going after her anyway.
私も。
Okay. I'm gonna save over this. I'm just gonna leave this be and see what happens. Probably gonna get the same deal here. I just want to see if there's an absolute zero choice somewhere.
行こう、隊長。あの子を放っておけない。
She spoke in a clear voice as though she was trying to cheer herself up. Want to say, oop. We have lost. Why not? Oh, we still lost one. how much do we need to... Yeah, that was definitely Jun we lost a point with. Now, is this going to be significantly different? Why does they hesitate for a moment, but then... Okay, yeah, we got a Jun point. Exited the connecting passageway and entered the inner ring. Okay, that makes sense. If we don't value our own well-being enough, we lose favor with Jun for not going right away. Fair. Okay. Oh, despite all that, Watase continued to run around in search of the girl. We didn't pass out this time. Just then, there she is. He saw the girl approaching the Area 5 connecting passageway. Yep, it's definitely when we took the half AD, the effects were worse. She went through that gate. He wouldn't be able to keep chasing her. Watase desperately called out to her, but the girl just kept on running. However, there was something off about the way she did so. Watase looked closer and noticed that there was a bandage wrapped around her upper arm. She got hurt. It only proved that he had to bring her under his protection as soon as possible. Watase ignored his headache and tried to chase after her when... Voice echoed in his head. It was the same voice he'd heard in his head when he tried to save Yuri. Now it was trying to stop him from rescuing that girl. Watase shook off that voice and chased after the girl. A second later... Okay, so we're still gonna pass out. Alright, we're just gonna skip over this. Why not? We'll be grateful. Oh. I'm sorry for skipping through this, but I thought that maybe... This must be new then. And I said that and took something out. At the very least, it's not letting us skip through here. Yeah. But he couldn't be optimistic. It was very unlikely that she had a Procyon. And it continued talking. Even if it was only a faint hope, Watase felt he should believe in it. The pair exited the connecting passageway and made it to the door to the control room. Yuri was waiting there. This is going to be skippable, yes. Let's resume this dance. So you can immediately see the results. You can see Kasumi and Jun holding two hosts as they desperately suppress the fire. The sound of the Procyon's alarm beeping in the background. Ooh. Oh, this is interesting. Watase checked the area around him as he listened to Jun. Everywhere except for where Kasumi and Jun were standing was engulfed in flames. The air full of heat waves and steam, every breath he took felt like it was setting his lungs on fire. I'm a little mad at you, Jun. I mean, we'll roll with this. No, firefighting is all about teamwork. Must be something that I can do. Watase stood frozen in place.
俺は後方から状況を見る。何かあれば警告するからな。
おお、ありがとう隊長。
恐れ入ります。
Alright, we got something to do. Two of them shouted that and continued hosing down the fire. This fire looks far beyond the control of human hands at this point. Just Watase thought that. Some of the nearby flames surged upward fiercely. A tongue of flame which had been licking at the ceiling nimbly waved towards the floor. Almost was like the writhing of a giant snake.
おい、あれなんだ。
まずい、ロールが起こってる。
Here we go.
持ちません。全員撤退。
Even Watase could tell that whatever was happening was no laughing matter.
二人ともこっちへ。
Watase opened the emergency staircase door. Kasumi and Jun threw aside their hoses at the same time and ran for the stairs. Watase followed them on nigh instinct.
走れ。
The whole group crowded their way up the stairs as fast as they could. Watase closed the fireproof door to the stairwell as soon as they made it back to B1. And not even a second later, the door shook with a roar. Jesus. Watase was knocked down by the shockwave occurring on the other side. He landed on his side and felt a keen pain run through the area around his ribs. He shut the door again as he groaned. It looked like an explosion had happened downstairs. The blast had made it all the way up the stairs. So those stairs have got to be fucked, right? But even a second slower, that thought sent shivers down Watase's spine.
何だったんだ。今の爆発は。
フラッシュオーバーだよ。火がエリア全体に回った時、急激な熱膨張が発生して爆発現象が起こるんだ。
Ooh, fire that covers the entire area goes through thermal expansion.
さっき炎が生き物みたいにうねったでしょ。あれがその前兆だよ。
だから逃げろと言ったのか。
If they'd stayed there, they would all be burning to death right about now. Watase gulped as it fully hit him just how ferocious that fire had been. His ribs still ached from where he'd been knocked to the floor.
でもまあ、全員無事でよかった。
He looked at Kasumi as he said that, only to find her leaning against the wall, her hand gripping her head. Uh-oh.
どうした、立花。
Oh no.
いえ、急に頭痛とめまいが。
頭痛？まさか AD なしで地下2階に降りたから？
Possibly. Likely. The fiery hallway they just escaped had a reading of about 4,300 millisivil, according to the Prokian. It was over the first danger standard, an extremely dangerous zone to those without any AD.
おい、大丈夫なのか、立花。
大丈夫です。問題ありません。
I kinda wanna... Definitely save game.
でもまさか放射線で。
放射線障害がこんなに早く自覚症状として現れることはないはずです。
Okay, that's fair.
おそらく一酸化炭素の吸いすぎでしょう。
Her face was still a bit pale.
一酸化炭素の吸いすぎって、それは少し楽観的すぎるんじゃないのか。
Ooh, Kasumi -1, Jun +1.
俺だって汚染区域に入った直後ぶっ倒れたんだぞ。まともに AD を投与してないお前にとっては余計に危ない。
おっしゃらずとも分かっています。
Watase instinctively shut up at Kazumi's sharp voice. But all I did was drive her into a corner. As Watase stood there, regretting his words, Kazumi's face softened in realization.
すみません。取り乱してしまいました。それより二人とも一度制御室に戻りましょう。下の階はもう通行不能ですので。
Yeah, that floor is kind of foobar. Kasumi then started walking on ahead, followed shortly by Watase and Jun. That dosage of AD really hadn't been enough for her. Though injecting oneself with a drug stored in a damaged container was already in of itself extremely dangerous. Find some AD on the double. Watase then whispered into Jun's ear.
森部、立花はきつそうだ。俺たちが支えてやらなきゃ。
分かってるよ隊長。分かってる。
Watase and Jun nodded at each other and quickly marched towards the control room. They got to the control room. Anna, Yuri, and Ukita were already there. Seems as good a point as any to call it quits for the day. Of course, yeah, we only got 2 new tips today. So, Elephant's Foot, solidified lava-like lump of radioactive materials like uranium and plutonium, mixed with molten concrete that still silently exists within the hastily built sarcophagus surrounding the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The Elephant's Foot, named after its odd shape, still emits large amounts of radiation today. It's even said that those who got within eyeshot of the Elephant's Foot were unable to escape death from acute radiation exposure. I mean, if the source has extremely excessive radiation levels, and you know how things spread, it makes sense that even at a fair distance away, you'd still get a fair amount of radiation. Supercomputer. Oh, okay, brain cell. Supercomputer made in Japan that manages all of Labo's information, including experimental data, security, electricity, and other infrastructure. It is installed in the outer ring of Labo and is only accessible from Area 4. Aside from the backup data it sends to the surface, Brain Cell is standalone. It is not connected to the internet. 3 control systems, Salon, 2, and Trier, perform constant mutual surveillance on each other. Thus, it is impervious to direct cracking and unauthorized access. BrainCell is currently ranked as the #1 fastest computer system in the world by the twice-yearly ranking organization, Project Top 500. Ah yes, the ranking organization, Top 500. They make Top 500 lists of everything. Excellent. So that could have gone better. Also could have gone way worse. I am curious to see how favor comes into play down the line. It's obvious how some choice outcomes influence favor. Although, I suppose... Can I access senses from here? No, I can't really. I mean, I still can. Kasumi, Jun... I suppose that outcome of being too concerned about Kasumi was a result of us valuing her life too much. Which I mean, it makes sense. We're worried about her, and she ends up getting mad at us for getting worried about her. But we actually have a fair point. So that was an episode. Our hubris caught up with us for being the one to take the half AD. We died horribly. We rewound. We went with Kasumi's plan. And then we did a successful firefighting thing. AKA, well, not a successful firefighting thing per se. We did a successful rescue thing. Rescued our pals. They were in danger of the fire rolling over. We noticed, and we got them out of there. We did it good. You're making progress, Watase. You saved 3 lives today. Well done.